Hello YouTube, ZiggyNo back with Sports Cards Daily. Today is August 10th, and on this day in 1984, the U.S. win the basketball gold medal in the LA Olympics. Now this shouldn't have been a surprise, but I think what's interesting to point out, this is Michael Jordan and Patrick Ewing winning after their transition from college to the pros. It's in 1992 they come back later on and create the Dream Team. So what did you miss yesterday? So I'll hit on some highlights, weekly sports card releases, weekly bargains, conversation with Scott Kelly talking soccer cards, a lot of soccer conversations yesterday, sealed wax, prism update, and bubble boomers. Inside the Pitch, a new podcast, a soccer card podcast. Later today, how to build a system. I'll be releasing a video on that around sports cards. And 8 p.m., look for Hobby Hotline to be live. So if you have any questions, join the guys at Hobby Hotline. In the hobby news, I'll also be hitting on some new releases and some products to look for, potentially pre-order, some stuff that I'm tracking, including soccer, basketball, and women's basketball. And then we'll talk a little bit about some retail updates that are out with Topps Chrome and Chronicle basketball being out and about. So let's get into what's going on. So first of all, and again, links will be below, but Cardboard Carolina did a weekly release where he shows all the products that are coming out this week, which I always like. He does this through, I think it's GTS Direct, so he shows the product information, including Elements Football, which I believe is coming out later this week. Then also I jumped over to the Comeback Card Investor, and he's using market movers and showing some trends and some prices of cards that have dropped and talking about cards to go after. I thought it was pretty interesting. Again, I like how he's using data and showing information on how he is looking for bargains, weekly bargains. So good video, and again, link will be below. In a collaborative conversation last night, Bobbles and Ball Cards, one of my favorite channels, had a conversation with Scott, and they were talking about soccer cards. So a lot of soccer conversations, a lot of people talking about soccer. I'm wondering how exciting soccer is going to be in the future. On that, I'll mention that Slab Stocks does their weekly review. They talked about a Prism update, some of the massive bubble movers, and the card values, including, who was the big one there? I think it was Michael Porter Jr.'s had a huge, explosion since his bubble play. And then lastly, yesterday or last night was a great video from Bench Clear Media. Inside the Pitch is the new channel. They brought a guy named Michael Rathbone talking about soccer, and I'll say I'm only about halfway through, but learning a lot, taking down a lot of detailed notes, and really interesting. I will say the more I hear about soccer, the more I realize I don't understand it. So maybe I'll be patient about jumping into soccer. We'll see how that goes. On the soccer front, I will say in the news, things to look for. The next major release is this Topps UEFA Soccer League Chrome box. You're not going to see it out. It used to be out for pre-sale. I don't know what it is now. All the distributors, they're out of the product, even though it should be available to pre-order. So you can put a link down if you want to learn more about it. But I'm interested in seeing how this does. I think there's a lot of hype in soccer, so we'll see if this meets hype expectations. Also on the hype is the Contenders basketball. This is both of these products, the soccer and the basketball, are both due out on 8/26. Basketball, this is the Contenders Optic. These cards are going to be crazy, and if you hit one of those big ones like a Zion or Ja, man, talking big money in some of these cards. So it'll be interesting. One autograph per box. Wow. Whew, that's a tough one, man. It's one pack, 6 cards. Boy, this is going to be a tough break. I will point out that Panini's going to have this available direct. Now, in past years, they had it direct at manufacturer to just the retail price. That will not be the case. And since we don't see the pre-order prices and we don't see Panini's prices, I'm curious to see what this comes out at. Again, it's a one autograph, 6-card product. Max this should be is maybe a couple $100, right? But if it comes over 5 or even close to 1,000, I think I might throw up a little bit in my mouth. Lastly, I'll say on the first off the line, just beware this later this week. Certified Football with his NFL unis will have a first off the line product. They'll be baking this up in the Dutch oven though, so don't look for any great deals. I do want to bring your attention to WNBA basketball. Now this stuff, already sold out in pre-orders, which again blows my mind. How could this sell out in pre-orders? But they also pushed the release back to October. It was originally, I think, going to be a September release. So look for this and look for prices to go up. If you go over to Cardboard Chronicles, when I read about this, you'll see suggested retail price was 120. And when I looked a few weeks ago, I almost bought a few boxes at 120, but I decided to wait. Boy, I wish I didn't wait, because I have a feeling it's going to be more than 120 or probably more than $300 when this stuff finally comes out. So it'll be interesting. I don't know if anybody else is chasing this, but I am a fan of Prism, and we'll see. I think this is a first-year women's Prism solution product, if I'm not mistaken. Just to highlight, Illusions is out and about, but again, only through Panini Direct retail store or dealer stores. And you can find it, looks like only on eBay, coming in around $800 for a hobby box, which seems disgustingly high. Now, probably buy this now because Chronicles is over 1,000. Everything's over 1,000, so maybe this is still cheap at 800. I hope you enjoyed this Sports Card Daily. Please join us back tomorrow for the next edition. Reminder, we'll be dropping how to build a system, and more content will be coming out this week, including probably an update on StarStock and some of the other selling platforms we're using. Have a great day, stay healthy, stay safe, and please subscribe.